Good morning. Mike Scott here, the movie critic at the Times-Picayune in New Orleans and NOLA.com. Welcome back to the Movie Cave for today's popcorn breakfast. Today is Tuesday, September 9th, 2014. We'll start today in Toronto, where the Toronto Film Festival continues to roll out there, up over north of the border, and where we suddenly, all of a sudden, have some clarity in one of the most crowded Oscar races this year. That's the race for Best Actor. We've had a number of really strong performances already this year, a lot more being revealed on the film festival circuit, so we're going to have some more to come in this year. So it's just going to get more and more crowded, and then suddenly we have an official frontrunner. And this is based on the screening, the premiere in Toronto of the Stephen Hawking biopic, The Theory of Everything. It stars Eddie Redmayne, who you might remember from Les Miserables, in the lead role as Hawking. It stars Felicity Jones as his wife, Jane Hawking. This is actually based on her memoirs, and it's sort of said to be sort of a love story between Hawking and Jane Hawking. But it's also apparently a star vehicle for both Redmayne and Jones, specifically for Redmayne, who's being crowned the frontrunner in this crowded Best Actor field by all the major publications out there. Deadline, the Oscar Watchers for Deadline, for The Hollywood Reporter, Los Angeles Times, the list goes on. He is the instant frontrunner. Granted, it's early. We're still 5.5 months out, but apparently his performance in the film is that touching, that moving. It's been evoked such titles as Daniel Day-Lewis's My Left Foot, for which he won an Oscar, The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. So he's getting some really favorable comparisons here. Jones is also a frontrunner for a nomination, at least. It's unclear at this point if that'll be in the Best Lead Actress category, Supporting Actress category. Again, a lot can change between now and the Oscars, which are going to be in late February. But right now, it looks like Eddie Redmayne is your frontrunner. General audience is going to be able to decide for themselves starting November 7th, when The Theory of Everything begins its limited rollout. Moving on a little bit to superhero news, in Captain America specifically, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of whispering in the superhero universe that maybe Marvel Films' Captain America franchise might be ready to have the shield handed off from Chris Evans to a new actor playing Captain America, as happens not infrequently in the comic book world. But Chris Evans has something to say about that. In an interview recently with MTV, the actor said, "Don't take my job from me prematurely. I've got a few more movies that I have to finish first, which I'm happy to do. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. All good things have to come to an end, but I'm really happy playing the character." So there you have it, straight from Cap's mouth. He's not going anywhere anytime soon, and at least not before Captain America 3 hits theaters, which is due in May 2016. And then moving along to the Top Gun sequel. This has kind of been long in the works. It got put on the shelf with the death of director Tony Scott in 2012. Now it looks like it's starting to find new life. It's being brought back by producer Jerry Bruckheimer is working on this one, and they've recently hired a screenwriter, Justin Marks, the screenwriter for the version of The Jungle Book that's being shot right now by Jon Favreau. He's been brought on board to rewrite the script, to punch up the script a little bit. Tom Cruise is said to be on board to reprise his role. And the plot this time is said it's going to touch on the human pilots versus drones debate. So it'll be interesting to see where this one goes. No dates yet as far as shooting dates or release dates, but we'll keep you updated on that as they become available. And that's all the time that I have for today. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.